morning, everyone. Hope all of you are safe and healthy. So, in our today's class, we will discuss about difference between boiling and evaporation. Next will be factors affecting rate of evaporation and how evaporation causes cooling. So we will discuss about all these topics in our today's class. But before coming to these topics, let's have a quick recap that what we have learned in our previous class. So dear students, we have discussed in our previous class about the processes involved during interconversion of states. Interconversion of states means when one state of matter change into another state that we have already discussed. Now, you know that when solid state convert into liquid, this process is called fusion or melting. We have already discussed about it, right? Now, when a liquid state convert into gas, it is called boiling or evaporation. When a gas convert into a liquid, this process is known as condensation. When a liquid convert into a solid, like when water convert into ice, this process is called freezing. Next is when a gas directly convert into solid without passing through the liquid state. This process is known as sublimation, and the vice versa means when solid directly convert into gas without passing through liquid state. This is also known as sublimation. We have discussed about all these processes already. So here you can see that in boiling and evaporation, in both the processes, liquid state is changing into gaseous state. Means the interconversion of state is same. So what is the difference between both the processes? Like what is the difference between boiling and evaporation? So today we will discuss about it. So let's take one by one. First we will discuss about the evaporation. What is evaporation? In this picture you can see that these are some water molecules, H2O molecules, which are close to each other. And when these molecules are close to each other, this is the liquid state. This is the liquid state. When these particles get some energy, they started to move apart from each other. Means you can say that intermolecular space between the particles will increase, and now these particles will convert into the gaseous state. So this process of changing liquid state into gaseous state, that is called evaporation. Now, okay, sorry for disturbance. So we can say that what is actually evaporation? The phenomenon of change of a liquid into vapor at any given temperature below its boiling point. is called evaporation. So, dear students, all of you know that particles of every matter are never at rest. We have discussed in our first PPT that particles are always in constant motion. So the particles of matter possess some kinetic energy. And all of you know that the particles of liquids have more kinetic energy than the solid state. Therefore, they are able to overcome the force of attraction and convert into vapor without any external forces. What does this line means? That the liquid particles already have some kinetic energy. So without heating, they take some energy from the surrounding and convert their state from liquid to gas. And this process is actually known as evaporation. In evaporation, the important thing is that liquid can convert into vapor at any given temperature below its boiling point. That evaporation can occur at all temperatures below the boiling point of that particular liquid. So in we have already discussed that what is boiling point. Now I can't ask you because all of you are mute. So let me tell you again that boiling point is that temperature point at which the liquid started to convert into gaseous state. And all of we know that each and every liquid have a particular boiling point. For example, the boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius, and the boiling point of alcohol, that is ethanol, is 78 degrees Celsius, and the boiling point of acetone is 56 degrees Celsius. Acetone means the nail paint remover or the thinners which are used at home. They contain the acetone, right? So you can see that each and every liquid have a particular boiling point. And if the liquid is changing into vapors below its boiling point, means the temperature will not reach to the boiling point, then this process is known as evaporation. Next process is boiling. The phenomenon of change of a liquid into vapors at or above its boiling point. Then this process is known as boiling. So you can see the difference into both the process, that boiling start at the boiling point or above the boiling point. But evaporation occur at any temperature below the boiling point. For example, you know that boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. If the water changes into vapor below this temperature, like the water is changing into vapor at 30 degree, 40 degree, 50 degrees Celsius, right? Then this process will be evaporation. But if water is changing into vapors at 100 degrees Celsius or above 100 degrees Celsius, then this process is known as boiling. Now, you can see over here that in evaporation, only the surface molecules get the energy and they started to converge into the gaseous state. But in boiling, the complete liquid will started to boil and any of the water molecule can convert into the gaseous state. So, according to these observations, we can differentiate between boiling and evaporation, or we can differentiate between evaporation and boiling. So, all of you know that evaporation can occur at all the temperatures below boiling point, and boiling can occur at or above boiling point. Next is evaporation is the property of surface molecules only. It means only surface molecules can evaporate. But in boiling, it occurs in the bulk of a liquid, or boiling can start in the complete liquid. Bulk means complete liquid. When you start to heat any liquid, the particles of complete liquid get some energy and this started to convert into the gaseous state. Next is uh, evaporation is a slow and continuous process. Like your wet clothes are drying up by the process of evaporation. It means it is a slow and continuous process. You are not heating these clothes from outside, right? Next is boiling. It is a fast process and it will occur at only boiling point. Next example, water can evaporate at all the temperatures below its boiling point, that is 100 degrees Celsius, and water boil at or above 100 degrees Celsius. So these are some difference between evaporation and boiling. Though in both the process, liquid convert into gas. Clear to everybody? Next is, we will look here some factors which affect the rate of evaporation. Uh, Affect the rate of evaporation means when the evaporation becomes faster, when it will be slower, and which factor affected the rate of evaporation. So here I am taking some factors or some conditions, right? The first factor which affect the rate of evaporation is surface area. We have discussed that evaporation is the property of surface molecule. Only the molecules which are present at the surface, they will evaporate, right? So if the surface area will be more, then the rate of evaporation also increases. And the simple concept is, imagine that some water will splash at your floor. What you will do, you will use a mop and spread it so that the surface area will increase and water will evaporate faster. Means by rubbing with mop, you increase the surface area and you increase the rate of evaporation. So we can say on increasing surface area, we can increase the rate of evaporation because the particles have more space and they will evaporate easily. The next factor is temperature. All of you know that when you increase the temperature, the rate of evaporation also increases. If you will take cold water, or hot water, then which will evaporate fast? Hot water, because the kinetic energy of particles will increase. So we can say that on increasing temperature, the rate of evaporation also increases, because the kinetic energy of the particles increases. Next factor is humidity. Humidity means the moisture which is present in the atmosphere, that is known as the humidity. You have already read it. So if humidity will be more, then the rate of evaporation will be less, because water content is already present in the atmosphere, so that the rate of evaporation will decreases. You can think that your clothes will dry slow during the rainy season, because there is humidity or moisture in the air, so the rate of evaporation will decreases. Next factor is wind velocity or wind speed. It is simple that if the speed of wind will be more, the rate of evaporation also increases, because the moving and blowing air particles taken away the water molecules with them. So these are some factors which affect the rate of evaporation, and these factors are surface area, temperature, humidity, and wind velocity or speed of the wind. Okay, and to understand this in a better way, let's perform one activity, and you can also perform this activity at your home. Take 5 ml of water in a test tube and keep it near a window or under a fan. Instead of test tube, you can take 5 ml of water in a glass, right? Second is, take 5 ml of water in an open china dish and keep it near a window or under a fan. Again, if you are not having china dish, definitely you are not having, we can take a bowl at home in which we can take 5 ml of water. Third, take 5 ml of water in open china dish and keep it inside a cupboard or in a shelf in your classroom. Because you can perform this activity in your home, so you can take 5 ml of water in a glass, 5 ml water in a bowl, and 5 ml water in a plate. Clear? By taking glass, bowl, and plate, what I am changing? Can anybody tell? Sorry, you can't tell me. Okay. Actually, we are changing the surface area, right? So record the room temperature, whatever the room temperature is. Record the time or days taken for the evaporation process in the above cases. Means you have to record the time of evaporation, right? Now, what do you observe? For this, I am going to unmute you so that you can answer. Okay? Can anybody answer? Can anybody answer that in which container the water will evaporate fast? First one,
China dish.
china dish. Okay. Okay, suppose you are having the water in 3 containers. First is glass, second is bowl, and third is plate. in which the water will evaporate fast?
प्लेट.
Why? Very good. Right answer. Why? Can you tell me the
एरिया
reason?
ज्यादा होगा.
Because the surface area is larger.
Please tell with your name. Who is answering?
निशांत वर्मा.
Very well done, Nishan. Yes,
लसन.
exactly right. That
बताइए
by
तुम्हें.
increasing the surface area, we can increase the rate of evaporation. So here the water kept in test tube took more time to be evaporate, right? And the water in China dish, that also take more time. But if you are having the water in plate, that will evaporate fast. Second thing, if you will put these all three containers in open or under a fan, then the rate of evaporation will be more because wind speed is more. But if you take all these three container in a closed cupboard, then what will happen? Wind speed will be less and the rate of evaporation will be slower, right? So from this activity we can conclude that rate of evaporation increases with increase in surface area, wind speed, and decrease with humidity, right? So it was a very simple activity to understand the concept of rate of evaporation. And our next topic is evaporation always causes cooling. Now, whenever there is a process of evaporation, the surrounding near the evaporation become cool. So, what is the reason behind this cooling? So, how evaporation causes cooling? So, dear students, you know that the process of evaporation uses the energy of the liquid particles. Means in evaporation, you are not heating from the outside. You are not providing energy to the particles by heating. The particles take the energy or absorb the energy from the surrounding and use this as a kinetic energy to evaporate. And this results in cooling of the surrounding area. Okay, in simple words, we can say that the liquid particles, when take the energy from the surrounding and use this energy to evaporate, then the surrounding become cool because the water molecules have taken the energy from the surrounding, right? And the surrounding become cool. You can see in this diagram that in the starting water molecules are at lower energy, so they will remain as a liquid. But what happened at the surface molecules? These surface molecules taken away the energy from the surrounding or from the lower water molecules and they obtain the kinetic energy. So they reaches to a high energy level and start evaporating. Means the liquid now converts into the gas. It is a simple concept. Okay. Here I am taking some more examples to understand how evaporation causes cooling. Have you ever touched the nail paint remover of your mother at home? If you have not touched, please perform this activity at home. Our palm feel cool when we put some acetone. That is actually a nail paint remover, right? So if you put some acetone on your palm, you will feel cool. Okay, I will tell you the reason. That acetone particles taken away the energy from the palm and get evaporate. Use this energy to convert its state from liquid to gas. Because the energy of the palm is absorbed by the acetone particles, so your palm become cool, right? Next is why people sprinkle water on their roofs or ground on sunny days. Especially during summer, you have seen someone to spread or sprinkle water on floor or roof. Why? What is the reason behind this? Because water molecules taken away the energy from the surrounding, from the floor, from the roof, and they use this energy to evaporate, right? And due to this evaporation, the surrounding should be cool. Or simply we can say that evaporation always causes cooling. Next is why we are able to sip hot tea faster in a saucer rather than in a cup. Saucer means a plate. If you are drinking tea in a plate or in a cup, when it will be easy to sip, it will be easy to sip in a saucer, because in a saucer the surface area will increase. Yes, Chetan, I'm. You please unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Chetan, are you listening to me? Yes. Now you can ask your question, Chetan.
जी मैम I want to ask a question.
Yes, beta.
It is very fun day.
Chetan, you are raising your hand, beta. Please ask your question.
This was
पोर्ट में भी तो ऐसे ही पानी
Yes, ask please. Beta. Okay, please you ask in last 5 minutes.
okay, ma'am.
Okay.
बची हुई
Was you, ma'am?
Only 5 more minutes. Then you are free to ask. Okay. And next is why people wear cotton clothes in summer. So, dear students, all of you know that you perspire more in summer. Perspire means sweating will be more in summer. As the sweat evaporates, it takes away the energy from your body surface and keep our body cool. Like cotton is a good absorber of sweat. It easily absorbs the sweat. When this sweat will evaporate, it takes away the energy of your body and your body become cool, right? So that's why you have to wear cotton clothes in summer. So what we have discussed today, we have discussed about difference between boiling and evaporation. What are the factors which are responsible for increasing or decreasing the rate of evaporation? We have also discussed that how evaporation causes cooling. So here are some questions.